Hello, good evening. Welcome to Prime Business with me, Pius Kujobaka. To our very first story, Tallow Oil has indicated that it has made significant progress towards securing government's approval for its amended 2021 plan for development. This was captured in Tallow's oil trading statement and operational update statement. Here is more.
Oil in a trading statement report noted that it has made some changes to the plan of development for the Inyura oil field. This was after it had some fruitful engagement with government when it comes to the redevelopment of the area. Tallow Oil also announced that it has taken measures that will help improve the efficiency and the turnaround of the field when it comes to the production of gas from the field. This has resulted to the shutdown of the FPSO of the Inyura, which Tallow says it is also seeking to improve gas handling as well as reducing flaring going forward. Tallow says it's in discussion with government when it comes to reaching a deal in terms of long-term gas sales agreement. According to Tallow, the agreement will not only enhance energy security in Ghana, but add another revenue stream for Tallow Oil. For some industry watchers, all these developments will go a long way in helping turning around the fortunes of Tallow Oil before the end of this year in terms of crude production and gas. Tallow Oil believes it has been able to implement several strategies that will put the oil exploration firm on strong footing before the end of 2023.
Now, Ghana's fiscal economy is expected to recover significantly this year as the budget deficit in relation to the size of the economy would narrow to 5.7% this year. That's according to Fitch Solutions' latest mid-year review of sub-Saharan Africa. This means the outlook of the economy appears promising. There is more in this Business Desk reports.
The UK firm said the narrowing of the deficit is as a result of the International Monetary Fund directed fiscal consolidation alongside the suspension of interest payments. It explained that the expected improved fiscal economy is underpinned by the restructuring of Ghana's domestic debt alongside the introduction of new taxes. According to the Bank of Ghana's May 2023 Monetary Policy Report, interest payments declined by 44.2% year-on-year in the first quarter of this year. But this was due to the freeze on external debt service payments since December last year. On key developments in sub-Saharan Africa, Fitch Solutions said there had been a rise in debt service payments across key markets in the region. In conclusion, it said governments across the region are locked out of the international debt market and are facing increasing costs, especially if they are turning to more costly domestic capital markets.
Government has been urged to support the training of biomedical engineers to develop quality medical equipment and devices for the country. This is expected to boost the health economy and consequently the GDP growth rate. Chief Executive Officer of ADB Medical Systems, Benjamin Adan, disclosed this to Joy Business after a 3-day training for biomedical engineers. Here is more.
Many countries are now generating significant revenue from the health economy through diversification of services. Speaking to Joy Business after a 3-day training for biomedical engineers, CEO of ADB Medical Systems, Benjamin Diaz Adan, said Ghana must prioritize its health economy. He pointed out that his outfit's aim is to deliver high-quality medical equipment and healthcare solutions for its customers.
What we do is that we are specialized in delivery of quality medical equipment, and we source from top-class manufacturers, and we are into hospital construction as well. So when these equipments are in, we partner the various health facilities across the country. What we do is that we bring in the biomedical engineers from the various regions and from the districts across the country. So we bring the manufacturer to provide training about the futures of this equipment to them. When they get this knowledge, they're able to go and help the end users to be able to put the equipment to good use. In fact, we are providing quality healthcare delivery, and we want to instill that sense of responsibility to everybody along the chain.
Dr. Nicholas Ejapong, the head of Biomedical Engineering Unit at the Ministry of Health, said the government is doing everything possible to grow the health economy.
The Ghana government during the COVID period initiated a number of things to make our health systems very strong. We know what happened during the COVID time. It was so difficult and stressful for all of us. So as a result of that, government embarked on an ambitious project to make sure that what is required to make diagnosis quickly, to treat patients and support care in our health facilities were all brought on board.
Managing partner for Coral Reef Innovation Hub Africa, Richard Osei-Enim, says more investments are needed for the full rollout of artificial intelligence to control job losses. According to him, the potential for AI to reshape the world of work means companies need to start learning now to avoid being left behind. He explained that Ghana can leverage these potentials through the exposure of young people to the new phenomenon. He spoke to Joy Business at the launch of AI for Youth program at the Association International School.
Our core business as Coral Reef and the hatchery is to support schools and our youth and prepare them for the future of work. If you look at the fourth industrial revolution, there are different components. Starts from IoT, AI, machine learning, cybersecurity, data analysis, and so on. So we're just launching AI for Youth today as one of the key components of the fourth industrial revolution, preparing students with an insight into AI, give them the tools that allows them to use the tools to solve local problems that an algorithm can replace, or any task, a routine task that an algorithm can replace, it will be replaced by the algorithm. Now the challenge for humans is how do you leverage these tools to be able to get the best out of what you're doing. You are scaling the human being maybe 1,000 times, and that's basically what AI. As far as jobs are concerned, automation will get rid of jobs, but innovation will replace those types of jobs. The challenge for us as a country is to provide our students with the skills that allows them to take advantage of the opportunities that innovation presents. Okay, so yes, you will lose some jobs, but then new jobs requiring new skills will be created. Machine learning, AI, ability to analyze data, Internet of Things, and so on. So the opportunities are immense. If you look around globally, about 85 million jobs that are being created. Some will be lost, but some will also be created. So it's really about alignment and providing our students and youth with the skills required to take advantage of opportunities that the technology presents.
Let's now go to the Ashanti region, where commuters in Kumasi have decried the rampant exploitation by commercial transport operators who arbitrarily hike fares during rush hours. They are hoping for an efficient operation of the bus rapid transport system to ease the monopoly of trotro operators. The following report by Anita Sewa Ajuga looks at the state of the public transport system in Greater Kumasi.
During rush hours, some commercial intercity transport operators, known popularly as trotro, increase their fares by almost 100%. Stranded commuters pay more to board vehicles and spend hours in traffic.
Like 360, somebody extra 360 and now 40 any problem there?
The fare is 3 cedis, but they add another 3 cedis, and that's our problem. We hope the buses would be available in future.
na eduru tambia na nsuo tobre mu sei no a utumi face problems bebre la ko metima aka kira wo se nsuo ni to no 1-2 plus na mama onko na bus no so okofa bus no a bus no e tikti na wotwa wo ya atwa we na wotina mu a ono ayem se ono yesene trotro no.
Anytime it rains, the prices are increased, but the BRT maintains the same price.
And Drew, so I went to me boy and about line no the confusion but you wait me agina by 3 hours and 2 hours.
A drain of fire bar 5 cities 4 cities. A drain you mra we mo load 7 cities. E bo also mo load ni run about 3 cities. Car ba kon this of conference at local do Kenya.
The trotro drivers change the transport fare in the evening, and we want something to be done about it.
The private minibuses compete with the 33 vehicles currently under the bus rapid transport fleet managed by the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly. But the poor public bus transport system remains a challenge to the BRT operations. Branch manager of BRT Ayalolu, Samson Edulabi, says commuters prioritize their services mostly during rush hours.
Public transport challenges in Kumasi basically has got to do with our parking lots or parking places at the main CBD where we load the passengers. And then also the road network in Kumasi. Our buses, as you can see, are available, but we don't have dedicated bus lanes where these buses will have to commute to the main CBD. So we are all competing with the other private mini buses, popularly called the trotro. And then when we get to the CBD proper, that is the Central Market and the Doom, we don't have even a parking space, left alone a loading point. So we're barely able to go and spend time to load for passengers. And because of that, during the non-peak hours, our buses have to retire back to the depot and park, as you can see here. So that during the peak hours after 4:30, 3:30 to 5, 6, they will go to the CBD and pick the passengers.
Providing transport infrastructure and reducing barriers to travel could serve as an important strategy for reducing transport poverty. Urban transport planner and resettlement specialist at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Professor Michael Pokubuensi, wants the government to put in drastic interventions to prevent transport poverty in the greater Kumasi metropolis.
Our BRT system started at the same time as our counterparts in Tanzania, Dar es Salaam. Whilst Ghana's project could not see the light of day, the project in Tanzania became a success and currently has 305 buses, carries 300,000 passengers daily, and became the first African city to win the Sustainable Transport Award in 2018. Deducing from the outcome of these two initiatives of the government of Ghana, it will not be far-fetched to conclude that transport poverty is going to stay with us for a very long time to come, unless some drastic interventions are carefully planned and implemented.
The World Bank, after visibility studies, has approved a bus rapid system that will be implemented in Greater Kumasi. Mr. Edulabi noted the new road and car designs will conform to the new standards.
We have passed through the feasibility studies with the World Bank. And in this situation, the World Bank came down and invited all stakeholders, transport operators, urban roads, and all the engineers. So they have come to actually identify our current problem or current situation. And they are incorporating all the needs into the new BRT that they are bringing. So they are bringing on board new road designs that will conform to the new standard. And even the buses we are going to use are also going to be redesigned to suit the cultural behavior of our people here. So this gives me a relief that if we have life, then Kumasi will see the light in future.
The BRT operations will access a dedicated route for the buses, including a terminal at Sokoban, to operate fully in Greater Kumasi. For Joy News, Anita Sewajoge's report read to you.
Now, entrepreneurs in Ghana face many challenges in their quest to expand and sustain their businesses. Some of these small businesses collapsed within a short period of their inception. Joy Businesses Jesse Ariam Agbakpo has been finding out what is accounting for the fold up of many small businesses in the country.
The high unemployment rate in Ghana continues to alarm the country's youth and successive governments. According to statistics, Ghana has more than 635,000 unemployed individuals as of 2022. In response to the rising rate of youth unemployment, the government began encouraging young people to pursue entrepreneurship. However, many of these entrepreneurs encounter many difficulties. Co-founder of Medbox and entrepreneur, Davy Ofori Emmanuel, shares some of his struggles with us.
At Medbox, what we do is we help chronic and diabetic patients carefully manage their body vitals and medications. Funding is one of the greatest challenges that entrepreneurs have, because as a startup you need a lot of funds to be able to regulate and operate. Unlike big businesses, they have other ventures that they can look into, but startups need a lot of money to be able to enter into various ventures, and it's part of our challenges.
So apart from funding, are there other challenges that you are facing?
Yes, they are. So as a startup, you need to be introduced to a lot of stakeholders to be able to help you build your business. And I think here in Ghana, most of the stakeholders don't really open up for entrepreneurs or startups to be able to look into how they can help them. And I think that is where we lack. Getting in touch with stakeholders and opening up to support is very small.
There are many institutions that are offering SMEs and small businesses various grants. I know of MTN, I know Societe Generale has a grant, and then there's the Africa Prize for Engineering Innovation, of which you have been a participant. What other solutions, what other ways can we help businesses, small businesses and entrepreneurs in the country to sustain their businesses and scale up?
I think one of the things that can really help is partnership. Businesses, big businesses like other big stakeholders can partner with small and upcoming startups and to be able to open up and hold their hands into the big market, because startups don't really have the strength to be able to survive alone. They need partners that can help them scale up and also increase sales. So if you have stakeholders helping you, you move faster than moving alone.
Obed Zah, another entrepreneur, has had to rely on partnerships with other businesses to gain access to markets.
So I think every entrepreneur in Ghana has challenges. Yeah, like I also have challenges as an entrepreneur in Ghana. We are into water management solutions in Ghana. It is our aim that everybody gets access to water all year round in Ghana, in Africa as well. So, for example, access to market is not that open. We're trying to leverage on strategic partnership with stakeholders to get access to our market. Funding, yes, funding is also another challenge that we are facing, especially for those of us who are still in the startup space. We have different levels of businesses, business growth, but those of us in the startup space, it's not that easy to get access to funding. Yeah, so I believe that is really a major challenge that entrepreneurs are facing in this country.
Davy Ofori Emmanuel refutes claims that most entrepreneurs aren't developing concepts or solutions that tackle pressing social issues.
Every business has a chance of, winning or trying to survive. It depends on the structure or the procedure entrepreneurs try to use in terms of building businesses up. And I think every business also need wins and startup funding and stakeholders to be able to, shift and also redefine the idea of the business. Because when you have a business idea, you start up, you need to redefine it to fit a specific market. So you cannot just say, okay, this business doesn't really work. Sometimes you need to redefine yourself, change the market size, try a different geographical space for you to be able to strive.
And that's it for the bulletin. I am Pius Kojo Baka. You can get business stories when you log on to myjoyonline.com/business.